Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Dante and this is The Artist's Eye, where we try to view the world just a little differently. Today we're going to take it back to our roots and we're going to do prop design. More importantly, prop design with everyday objects. For all of you out there who can't sculpt, can't cut in a straight line, can't draw in a straight line, we're going to take everyday objects and try to turn them around and view them differently. So with today's project, we're going to try to create a magic wand, or something that embodies the magic wand. Magic wands could be anything. They could be a simple stick like in Harry Potter. They could be a staff like Gandalf the Grey staff, which also counts as his magic wand, or even a scepter like the Koopalings from Nintendo. We can also take it in different directions. We can make a steampunk wand with fake pipes on the end of it, lights at the end of it. We could do a fantasy wand that has tree growth carved from wood. We could do a wand that's completely off the wall, just has spinning objects at the end of it, ropes hanging from it, whatever you want. But we're going to keep these different ideas in mind while we do our shopping. I do shopping because we can use everyday objects in the house and even a few things we find in some cheap stores around here. We're going to be hitting a few thrift stores or wherever we can find anything of use. And as we go along, we're going to keep the different ideas in our head rolling. You see, what I like to do, and this might work for you, is half plan, half improvise. My planning will be magic wand, maybe steampunk, maybe fantasy. Magic wand, maybe a staff, a scepter, or an actual little stick at the end of your fingertips. With these ideas in mind, we then go out into the field and try to find different objects that will embody these ideas. And as we go along, we might come up with new and inventive things to add to our magic wand. So this is how I work. It might work for you. Play it loose. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce, or rather reintroduce, the Johns. I have 4 Johns. John 1, John 2, and John 3. These guys, and John 4 of course, right here. These guys are my camera crew. They fly around, they hover around, they get all the videotape. And they're going to be following me all throughout the city as I try to find these props. John 4 here has a little bit of a tendency to break down, but we got him fixed. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. This is gonna be fun. Yes! No! We can't let that stop us. John 2. Tricks, you're in charge of the house. Make sure no one touches anything, okay? Walking through the streets, make my way to the store. Now remember, we're not trying to break the bank, so looking for something cheap. That might work. Okay, so far, We have a cheap water gun. I love these, not because of the gun, because of all the water containers. You unscrew these and you get these really cool shapes, these round balls, and yeah, the handle can be used later on. Maybe we can use the ball as some kind of crystal ball at the end of the magic wand, or as a gas tank if you want to do a steampunk magic wand like I suggested earlier. We also have these, which are plastic champagne bottles. You have another set over here where the glass is even larger, which also act like a glass dome and has a tower at the top. So clear plastic is really good if you want to do fake glass. Perhaps you could put two of these together and inside put a little figurine of like a fairy or something, as if the magic wand is powered by a fairy. You can attach the neck of the champagne bottle to a wooden handle. At the end, you can have a kind of chalice with fake flame at the top. So these are just a few ideas that can be taken in different directions. We want to see what else we can find in here. We still need something that will work well as the main handle. So let's keep looking around. Let's go. Ah, fake flowers. I love these. You can stick them in a jar, attach a bunch of wires, and use them as an energy source. Or go simple, wrap them around a wooden handle, and just have them as natural growth coming from the wand itself. These are quite nice. So here I am in the Tupperware section. This is one of those kind of little baby play sets where they just put the ring on shape by shape. There's a little cute duck at the end. Extremely cheap. It's a knockoff of a toy you've seen 100 times before, but I like the rings. You could paint them gold, make them like actual like magical rings. You could use them once again in a kind of faux sci-fi, like those old 1950 laser guns that have the rings down the nozzle. You can have that at the end of your magic wand. So there's a lot of options for this, and it even comes with a cute duck you can use for later on. For the final handle, I'm thinking maybe a baseball bat handle, a plastic baseball bat. I think I saw a few in here, so we're gonna look around so we can find a few more of those. Let's go. Okay, since we couldn't find a kind of pole to make a staff, I figured we could use the handle of the baseball bat to make this wand into a scepter, a magical scepter. So let's start off. First, we chop the top of the bat off because we don't need it. Now we have this big opening on top. Let's round it out. Let's use one of the rings from that children's toy we found earlier. Just glue it right on top of it. Perfect. Now from here, you can easily just add a clear plastic ball on top, like a faux magic ball, to make yourself a magical wizard who juggles balls. And oh my god, I just realized how wrong that came out. Either way, it doesn't matter, because in the end I couldn't find a clear crystal ball, so sorry about that. But we did have the clear plastic champagne bottles, or champagne glasses actually. So we take one of those, turn it upside down, and stick it right on top. These champagne glasses usually have a detachable base, so we're going to leave that off for now. So we have a scepter handle, we have this round ring, we have this clear glass, and a spike at the end. What can we put at the spike? But then I remembered the cheap plastic water gun we have, the Super Soaker, or rather the knockoff Super Soaker. So I took the top of that off, or rather the back end, which was this round ball, and glued it right on top, which, by the way, had these nice indented gradations on it. And from there, we have ourselves a magic scepter. You could go ahead and add extra pieces. For me, I added pieces of plastic and any kind of miscellaneous round pieces, like these beads around the neck and this one bead at the base, to help hide all the seams. And in case you're wondering, these pieces of plastic, you could buy them at some art stores, or you can actually take a cleaned out detergent bottle and cut that plastic, because that actually sticks really well to glue gun. So here you have it. I like to call this the Fisher-Price Magic Wand. It's colorful, it's cute, it's kind of weird looking, but I like it. button right here, fake button right there. You press, you aim, and zap. With a little bit of special effects, you have yourself a magic wand. Now, this might not be what most people were thinking about when I first started this. What I plan to do though is paint this sucker in shades of silver, black, and chrome, as well as, of course, a little bit of bronze. Silver and chrome will be different because it'll be worn away. I'm going to turn this into a kind of steampunk-ish looking magic wand. Maybe something that shoots lightning, especially with this clear piece on top from the wine bottle we used. So I could keep this clear, maybe have this as bronze as well, worn away, and put some leather fabric over here to hide the sculpted in baseball grip that was on the original baseball piece, or baseball bat that is. And this is it, the magic wand. Partly planned ahead of time and partly picked up as you went along. You can use everyday items around you or cheap items from the store to help mold your image if you're not sure about it. And that's fine, because let's face it, if I had a 100% plan of what I wanted this to look like, I probably would have never been able to find the parts to finish it. So this is what you need as opposed to what you first imagined. Because what you need is something cool, and this is my cool magic wand. I'm gonna spray paint this, color it up, and I'll probably show it in the next clip or two. Just give me a few seconds to get on top of that. Zap. Okay guys, here we are back at our drawing table. First things first, I coat the whole thing in this peel coat, also known as plastic dip. A lot of you see this when it's being used on costume, armor, axes. In fact, I've used it before in some of my videos. I sprayed the entire wand with this, that way the spray paint won't chip off easily. Speaking of which, there's the wand in a base coat of gray plastic dip. I didn't worry too much about the handle, which is why you still see some orange in there. But isn't that a nice color? Nice metallic, matte metallic. Now you see what I mean from going from a Fisher Price magic wand to a nice ironclad steampunk-esque magic wand. From here, we add the colors. See you in a few. So, with your peel coat as a kind of gray primer, I like this color gray, it's quite nice. With the addition of paints such as chrome spray paint, I even used a little acrylic and airbrush paint, we created a steampunk magic wand. Or I like to call this rather the lightning rod. The lightning rod magic wand. Aim it, zap. I did get a little fancy. I took some fake leather, some pleather I bought a while back from a fabric store. You could get tons of that stuff for really cheap. And I made myself a nice handle with some yellow string for the stitching to make it stand out a bit more. Definitely had a handle to it because after a while of handling the actual piece, you might wear away the plastic, or rather the paint on top of the plastic. The baseball handle had carved details into it, which makes it look like wood, so I decided to keep it that color. Yellows and browns, so it's like a carved wooden handle. I added a coat of brown around the pieces that would later on be coated in bronze, so it looks more like a worn away bronze. For anyone in New York City, if you've ever gone to Columbus Circle, you see the giant bronze statue, look at the parts that are brown and the parts that are chrome. If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a visit to New York City, it's quite nice. But yes, the parts touched the most end up looking like this shiny color, while the rest of it has a dirty brown color beneath it. I also added the silver around the connecting points as if silver plating, and to add a bit more detail, like I said, I took water-based paint, I used airbrush paint, and I painted running rust all along the edges. I'll show you a bit more closely soon. One thing I'm happy with, I was able to actually keep the clear plastic, and by utilizing a hole that was already on the side of it, I took a needle, stuck it in there, sprayed the paint inside, and was able to color the parts that I had originally glued shut. So with that said, if you make a mistake, you can always go back and try and fix it a different way. Let me show you some close-up details. Bam! Here are the details I was going to promise you. As I said, put some water-based paint in all the little crevices all the little holes and details, and it gives you the illusion of rust running through all that metal. You had a base coat of a darker color with a light coat on top, and you have this worn away bronze. The paint inside, I was able to get inside through a hole right here, covers up all the glue that was originally inside. Now that you can see it closer, there is the sculpted detail, the fake wood detail of this bat, which is why I kept the yellow and yellow and brown paint as a motif. Leather grip, easily sewn together, and once again, paint all around the edges, water-based paint, to get beneath this beautiful bronze color. And there it is, guys, the lightning rod. Mystical, magical, and I should back up the camera a little bit. Let me back it up for you. There we go. Mystical, magical, shooting lightning in all directions. And if you're any good with special effects, I mean, something like this comes in handy. I'm talking computer effects, because I'm no good at that. Now back to my lovely face. Well, that's it for today's Artist Eye. Thank you for watching, guys. As always, leave your commentary, give me critiques, tell me what you think, tell me if you like this, and give me ideas for future projects. I like challenges. Tell me what else you want me to try and make. This right here is a perfect example of viewing the world a little differently. Go out there with a plan, but don't let the plan bog you down. Hit the stores, look around your house, let the things you find guide you to your final destination. Because you never know, you might come up with something amazing. Frankly, I'm quite proud of this. Once again, guys, I'm Dante, and thanks for watching.